Oof. It is the 14th of January, so literally the last day I had to record this. Finally fit it into my schedule. Been really busy, but really glad I got this. I'm changing it up since last time. I'm not really gonna do. I think doing a whole year of daily uploads would be way too much work, and it would just not work with my schedule. So changing it up. We're going by weeks now. 52 weeks for the entire project. I think that's much more doable and reasonable. But yeah, I mean, I think with this week, I want to talk about time and, time and its subgenres and things like that. But time is something that, like life, us humans take for granted like crazily. We don't even realize that our time here is so limited in the grand scheme of things, and we really don't have that long on this earth until we die. Our lives are constant ticking down. It's like a clock or, a timer. It's constantly ticking down, and we will never be able to stop that. Uh, and I feel like a lot of us don't use our time to the extent that we could. I'm not saying that we all need to like be doing something constantly, but I think when people get in these places in life where they can be doing something, they can better themselves, work out, go practice their sport, practice drawing, anything like that, but they just don't. And I feel like that's such a waste of the time that we've been given, especially because anything can happen at any moment. You know, People die every single second. And it's only a matter of time until that person dying is you, or someone you love, or, just anybody. We don't know when we're going to die. It's not like Death Note when we have the Shinigami eyes and we can see, our ticking clock down until we die. But because we don't, it's both a blessing and a gift. You know, uh, Not knowing when we're gonna die puts more of it puts the value of your life more into your hands. Like, if you knew when you were gonna die, you were gonna make the most of it. And but like then you kind of feel obligated to make and do everything you can. But not knowing when we're gonna die kind of gives us the free will to, you know, just do whatever we want. But because we have that free will, that time is also wasted. You shouldn't live life trying to do everything you can, because we all need breaks. We're not a superhero. We can't go to every event. We don't want to go to every event. We don't want to get up and go to school and do all these things. But whenever people have such limited time, we seem to forget that we have limited time. Just because we don't know, or we think that, I still have all these years left, that we can kind of just sit around and let that time pass. The time's gonna pass anyway. So why not try and at least do something with it? Spend that time with, your family. Spend it with your brother, with your friends, with anyone, because you never know how long you have left with someone. Time is also very brutal towards us. it really doesn't have any mercy. You know, a minute late to work and you're fired, or you're 5 minutes late to your wife giving birth and you don't get to do that. All these things revolve around time, and it's you never get to like change the past. It Whatever's happened has happened, and we can't change that, and that's both a blessing and also something that's like horrible. I think it's more on the blessing side though, because no matter what experience we have, good, bad, whatever, we learn something from it. Even if you don't think so, you've learned. You've learned you don't like this, or you hate this, or you love this. Whatever it is, every experience you have, every second of learning, every second of breathing, you learn something new. And us humans were coded in such a weird way to regret things of the past. And, you know, dwindling on things that have already passed, have already gone, you can't change that. So why give it any extra energy of worrying about it, putting yourself under all this stress, all these things? Because all it does is it puts you at a disadvantage. You're actively hurting yourself by dwindling on these, actions or situations or something that's past. I like the saying by Ted Lasso. The happiest animal on earth is a goldfish, and that's because a goldfish has a 10-second memory. So be a goldfish. And I feel like this motto statement, whatever, is like so real. It's such like a great thing to live by, because whenever you keep on about something that's happened, keep overthinking to yourself, how could I have done this better, how could I have done this, I'm so bad, you get in your head. What point is there in doing that? You're not benefiting yourself, you're not making yourself better for the next time. All you're doing is you're stressing about this for no reason. Use that time to think, and don't be, why was this so bad? Think, it's an experience I've learned. If it was something that, was like a test or something like that, just be like, okay, how can I do this better? Think in a mindset of growth, not in a mindset of. And a thing I struggle with a lot is procrastination. I am the biggest procrastinator when it comes to literally anything. I mean, I will push it to the deadline 5 minutes before, and I do it. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, it is currently 10:40, and I'm recording it, and I have to edit this video, post it on YouTube by the time it hits 12 o'clock. And I hope it can, but you never know. But if I laid in bed for 2 hours, 3 hours, when I could have been doing this. And it's definitely something I need to better myself with, and I really want to get over it. It's just hard. And, I'm always thinking to myself, this time I'm doing, what could I have been doing in this time that I just sat in bed and, watched a show or did whatever. And, it's okay to watch a show. But whenever doing something is more of a filling in to that void of doing nothing, that's when it becomes a problem. You should only really do things that are more on the side of just being lazy. Like, you should just try and avoid those things. It's okay to be lazy sometimes. You can't always be a hard worker. But what I've seen with a lot of friends, a lot of family of friends, is that laziness rules them. Procrastination rules them. And that's when it gets to a point of, you got to stop. Use that time, that valuable time that I've been talking about, and do something. Time management is one of the greatest things you will learn. And without it, you're going to be stuck and trapped in a lot of situations. But I think the overruling thing I've wanted to say is that time is a limited, precious, valuable thing. And we all need to appreciate it and be grateful it more. Be grateful about it more. It's it's overlooked so much, just like our lives. It's overlooked. But time is something that is happening constant and will always happen. You know, And I know a lot of this video has kind of been like, oh, you have to do this. Stop being lazy. Stop doing this. Don't enjoy yourself. Whatever. It's not. I just want to try and help someone realize that the time that we have on this earth, the limited, precious, valuable time, like I just said, it's a gift. And I feel like for people to kind of just let it go and let it pass, you're waiting for a package to come and you kind of just forget about the 5 days that it takes to get there, and you just wait, nothing happens. I feel like that's kind of just a waste of time, and you could be benefiting yourself and improving yourself, learning something. Just use the time you have to the best of your abilities, because the time you lose is something you will never get back. But I think that's where I'm going to call it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm MooLoo, and peace.